There's something about getting deep into your adulthood or just going through a major life change that starts to elevate your perception of friendships. And that's when you realize that the quality of friends that you have counts more than the quantity. Welcome to This Life Reconsidered, and my name is Janina. So when I got to thinking about this video, it was inspired by a couple of different things. First, reflecting on my friendships in my 20s, which was kind of largely driven by who I worked with, who I like to hang out with, and who I live near, those kind of things that are naturally, organically inclined to kind of bring you towards certain types of people. But then I got to thinking about a couple of big things, kind of like when you go through really major, big life events. And then I got to thinking about being in my 30s and how those friendships have evolved based on everything I've gone through. And realizing that even that either there's a lot of people I no longer keep company with because what brought us together no longer really exists, or I got to thinking about the friendships that have evolved. Even though we started off as work colleagues, now we are inseparable for different types of reasons. And you realize that there are other things that start connecting you to people. And, this has been really essential right now in this kind of world that we're living in right now, where you just need to make sure that you feel very connected to the people that really, really matter to you. And so I came up with what I like to call kind of like friendship types. And there are a lot of lists that tend to focus on general traits, like the friend that's the adventurer or the friend that's the parent and things like that. And those are friend types. But what I really started thinking about were the friendships and how I classify the people in my life based on the kind of friendship that we have. And that looks a little different. And so I thought it would be really, really insightful to kind of organize it this way. So that said, see if you see any of your friends in this lineup as you kind of go through these profile types. And if you have other profile types that aren't even listed, please let me know in the comments. I would love to know that. So that said, I'll take you through what you came here to get, and I look forward to getting your feedback. And if you are interested in getting videos like this that focus on personal development, self-care, wellness, mental health, and just kind of self-improvement, then please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And don't forget to hit that little button down there, because then I can keep bringing you content like this that will relate and will connect with you. Thanks. With that said, I'll take you through the types. The first friendship type that we're talking about here is the protector. The protector is the person that has your back when you need it. They worry about you even harder than you worry about yourself. When you are sick, they are bringing you that stack of magazines you need to entertain yourself. And when something is really going difficultly in your life or is just really challenging, they are there to kind of help you fight through it. The protector is your strength. They're there to boost you up, and they, at the end of the day, will always rally. You can count on them to come to the front lines with you, because that's how much they value and treasure and care about you. So if ever there is a friendship that is unbelievably essential and valuable, is having the protector to make sure that they are there to kind of be standing with you on the front lines when no one else is willing to do that. Okay, so the second friendship is the inspiration. It is exactly what it sounds like. This is the friend that motivates you, that inspires you, that is encouraging you to live your best life and has no fear. this is the friend that you can talk to and feel unbelievably energized because they have a mindset that you wish that you had. But having them as a friend allows you to get a little bit of a little bit of shine from that energy that they bring. They are invincible. You admire them. You want to adopt a lot of those their strongest traits because they encourage you to be an even better and stronger version of yourself. They are uplifting, and whenever you need that doubt and you're feeling a certain kind of way, this is the friend that you turn to get that kind of uplifting that you need. Friendship number 3 is the logical one. So as uplifting as the inspiration can be, you need the friend that is going to make sure that they help bring your feet back to the ground. They are the logic, they are the voice of reason. They talk you through things when you're thinking about being so abrupt or brash about things. They keep you down to like earth level and make sure that you are grounded and that you're thinking about things through a clear head and through a lens that is much more logical. Now, this friendship doesn't necessarily need to cancel for the other type, but for every so often when you need the boost, you have the inspiration, but when you need to be brought back down to earth, this is what you have, the logical one, the person that helps you weigh everything out very, very clearly so you're making the most effective and most practical decisions for your life in the best way that you know how. Okay, so the next friendship is what I like to call the sibling. This is the friend that no matter what, they are tried and true. Your connections run deep. They know you better than anyone else knows you, even when it makes you crazy. It's a kind of connection that feels like someone who might as well have lived under the same roof with you and might as well have shared a room with you, but didn't. It's kind of like the expression, sibling from another mother, or, that's how deep the connection is. And it's because you have this kind of simpatico kind of dynamic. And it also means that when you bicker, you may just kind of go at it, but then in 2 minutes, it was like, you know what, it's over or we're over it. But it's because you have that passion and know and connect and feel very bound to each other. And this is really, really amazing because this is the kind of person that you'd never really have to kind of reinvent things. You just kind of are who you are, and they will love you the same way, never pass any judgment, because that's how well and that's how much they love you. Number 5 is what I like to call the loyalist. The loyalist is the friend that you don't have to speak to every single day, but this is the friend in which no matter what happens, you always find your way to each other. I like to equate this friend to like the friend that, it's been a couple years since you've seen each other or spoken, but at the end of the day, you can pick up the phone and kind of talk to each other, and it's been years, and you guys pick up exactly where you left off. Now, what's really amazing about this kind of friend is that they also come with a lot of longevity and a lot of history. They tend to know you throughout the years and watch you evolve, and they still stay connected to you. And there's something about your history and your past that brings you together. The loyalist is kind of the way that you feel that kind of warmth with, like, you're putting on like an old robe, or you're just kind of with someone that always kind of feels very safe. It is kind of like being back in your parents' house, and you kind of want that warmth that protects you. And everyone needs a loyalist, and usually these are the people that we've known since we were small kids. We may not necessarily need to talk to them all the time. Sometimes your loyalists can fall into a couple of those other friendship types, but if nothing else, everyone's got a friend that they don't necessarily need to talk to every day, but they always feel very, very connected to. and it's like nothing's ever really changed, and you still remember the random obscure details about each other's lives. Ultimately, these friendship types are just really good examples of people that you may want to make sure that you always keep in your orbit, and that you want to kind of lean on as you start moving into your adulthood. But if there are other friendship types that I haven't touched on, I would love to kind of hear your thoughts. Please leave those comments in the comment section, and maybe we could talk about it in a follow-up video. But otherwise, that's all I've got for this one, and I look forward to seeing you at the next one.